So yeah, so that's my bad. I confused it. I confused on how melee was rolling it out. So they did it right. It's just melee where it stacked it weird. So that's my bad. There we go. I was like, why hasn't the game started? So that's my bad on that one. Sorry, folks. I just make things more confusing than they need to be, right? I just make things more confusing than they need to be. Tup's going to lead on a captivating cave and to a candy trail. Medvedev. I was like, how do you say that? Medvedev is we got an island here. Potentially another terror. I know what it is. But that's not the point. Yeah, so no. Melee did it right. I was just being a goober. I was being a goofy goober, screwing up. Air of Enlightenment coming in for Tup. We got to consider here. Are we on the Turbo Terror plan? A Schwamp, you say? Are we on the Turbo Terror plan? I'm just saying that. I know what this deck is. So I think this is going to be a very interesting match. I'll put it that way. Gonna do some Candy Trail in here. Between Candy Trail and Air of Enlightenment, they're gonna gain some extra life, going up to 25. How are they at 25? That'd be 24. Oh, because it's. I always think food tokens are 2 life. I don't know what it is, but I always think food tokens are 2 life. So triple consider into Infectious Inquiry. Is that kind of give you an idea what might be going on here? And a Whisper of the Dross? Maybe. Whisper of the Dross is going to be pretty decent here to take care of a lot of Tup's Tinker Totes. They're little Nomios here. So yeah, this will be interesting to see if Medvedev can come off with the win here of how Melee will handle it. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just do all 4 rounds and just because that was originally what it was set for, and just let Melee figure out who the winner will be. I don't know. Snack token, yeah. So the theater coming in, letting Medvedev find another island for a sleight of hand here. And I did check all deck lists. Everything was bueno. All the deck lists were legal. So, because the card I wasn't sure of was sleight of hand, but then when I looked, because Melee didn't give me this artwork, and so I was like, is sleight of hand legal? And it's like, hey, it's in Wilds of Eldraine. It's like, huh, did not know that. In comes in 4, drop in Medvedev down to 15. Now I am curious because I don't know how Medvedev will put up with some of the pressure on board, but we know how these in previous iterations, how these poison decks, these poison counter decks work. And typically they'll just close the game out in 1 turn. So it's going to be a question whether or not if Tup can take down Medvedev beforehand. But also for the fact is the life gain's not really going to be relevant here. So I think it's what's going to create a pretty interesting match here, is because that life gain that Tup really relied on against the match with Lucas isn't going to matter here, like, at all. Sunblade Samurai, again, sick artwork, right? So cool. Experimental Augury, though, is going to be on top. Maybe you're going to look for some kind of answer spell while Sunblade's on the stack. But also, an important part there is Proliferate. Going to build those counters up even more. It's going to be very quick. I think it's going to be a very quick death if we get these counters rolling like they do typically in the Pauper counter deck. Which is also worth noting that counter deck, he did find something. Bring the Ending. Medvedev did find Bring the Ending. Counter target spell unless this controller plays 2. Counter that spell instead if they have 3 or more poison counters. So not only that is Experimental Augury put Tup above the 3 counter spells to allow them to bring the ending to the Samurai. Blight Belly Rat comes into the field, Toxic 2, but a 2/2 against a first striker is not going to go over super duper well. Not to mention these gnome tokens are also 1/1s that can double up and block pretty nicely. Blightbelly Rat having just some sick artwork. But this entire deck, this Pauper deck, Alabaster Host Intercessor is going to come in, clean up this Blightbelly Rat. I guess not. It got ended. It got brought to its end. In comes in the 2/2 first striker. Going to leave the gnome tokens back to block up this Blightbelly Rat. What's also interesting, though, is whenever this thing dies, it does proliferate. So even if it doesn't get in with its toxic damage, it can still do toxic damage. What's up, Lotus? How's it going, buddy? How's your weekend going? In comes in another Blightbelly Rat. Just going to put a nice bit of board presence. It's going to make Tup's attacks a little bit stranger. In comes in Sunblade Samurai. Is it going to be brought to its end? It is. Wowee. Having it all the time. All right, just got back. What's up? Gonna double block here. Gonna take care of this Hand of Enlightenment. They're gonna proliferate and leave a Blightbelly Rat on the field. No, they're not. Okay, they are. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not sure. Take care of the Ray of Enlightenment, leaves a Blightbelly Rat on the field, and gets proliferate. Pretty good blocks there. Prologue of Firesi. Just here we go. Most of this deck, this poison counter deck that's in Pauper, most of it is currently in the standard rotation. And going into this tournament, I was wondering if somebody was going to bring something like this to the table. And we have it. It is here. In comes in that Blightbelly Rat. Why not? You know what I mean? I don't think Tup is going to do anything to close the game out within a turn, but I think this game, each opponent sacrifices a creature and and they get a poison counter. So it's pretty much a close the game out here or it's over kind of thing. And yeah, it's not looking too good for Tup here. These counters just stacked up way too quickly. We will get to see a Captivating Cave activation, so that's cool. I was hoping to see it once. But Medvedev is going to take down game 1 as we head into sideboard. Tyrannarax, yeah, I don't, with it being green, I don't think he's running Sultai, but I totally get it. I totally get it, Bull. So game 1 went to the poison counters. So here's the thing with poison counters. The poison counter deck is really good. Really, really good against is really, really good against the control mid-rangey kind of decks. I think it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for Tup to win. Now, here's what the question comes down to, and I would like to hear some opinions from chat, because we have 3 players. We have weird pairings because of the three players, and weird stainings because of the 3 players. So my question is, if Medvedev wins this one, he would technically be 2-0. And that puts Tup and Lucas both in the 1-1 slot. Melee is going to assign Medvedev as the winner. And me personally, I just want to hear opinions. I think because I said before this tournament at the player meeting, and I think I may have said it at the beginning, where, if someone goes 2-0, they win it and they'll get the tickets. And I think I'm going to stand by that and stick with that. So if Medvedev, even if they got the bye, they take this match out, that puts them in the winner. I think that's how, tournaments would unfold. But I do want to know your opinions, and I do want to know for future reference that if we get into a situation where there's only a handful of players like today, how should we go about it? How should we go about that? And do you think if Medvedev ends up taking this match, that because they got the bye, that they get the first place? I mean, if you were at a store, that's the way it would work. So I am just curious to hear your opinions, hear your perspectives on this, and we can try to adjust. I personally think if Medvedev would win, that the prize should go to them. That's probably what Melee will say as well. That's my opinion. So yeah, I would like to have some opinions here. We have 2 Captivating Caves and a cycled Soaring Sandstorm, along with an island and a swamp from Medvedev into a plains from Tup. like I said, being 3 players makes it pretty weird here. I started building a blue-black Terra version that ended here. So yeah, I would like to hear some opinions on that though. Hidden Courtyard comes down. I would love to see one of those Discover activations. Send you a DM with double elim bracket. So let me see here. Well, got the roundup versus Dimitri. Random person join custom. Sorry. Just saw this, but double elim bracket. 3 team double elim bracket. Winners bracket. Losers bracket. Guess I don't. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I guess I don't understand what's happening here with that bull or the double elim bracket. I guess I don't really understand how that plays out. Got a Tinker's Toe gnome, but one of the gnomes got Whisper the Dross here. In comes in the gnome token. I will say though, Medvedev is stuck on 2 lands on turn 6. That's gonna help Tupper kind of close this Tup. I'm trying to say Tupper. That will help Tup kind of help close this game out. Hopefully, if they can keep up the aggression here. Although Whisper the Draws is pretty strong to clean up their Tinker tokens. Also putting them at the 3 poison counters, which is relevant for the bringing the end. Canny Trail coming in, hopefully going to find them something to close the game out a little bit quicker. They do bottom both cards. Not a good sign. In comes in Soaring Sandwing. Is it going to stick? Is it going to get countered? That, my friends, is the question. Yeah, boy, I guess I don't fully understand like how that bracket works out. We'll talk about it later. For sure. Because I want to figure out like how to set this up to run, even if we have 3 players the next time we do a tournament, that it runs like a little bit smoother than this. But also, this is my first time running a tournament. It's my first time setting something up on Melee. So, I mean, I've ran kitchen table tournaments, but like that's different than this. So we're learning. It's a learning curve. You're going to learn with me. Loser player against blue deck. So whoever loses this one goes against Terror again, and then that goes into the final round. Is that how it run? Pretty ruinous to me. Plunge in a winner, scry and draw a card. I think Tup is just trying to find something to hopefully close the game out. They could activate Hidden Courtyard. Sunblade Samurai. I just want to see Hidden Courtyard used. That's all. That's all I want. Got a Candy Trail coming in. I feel like Tup is really trying to find stuff. They did get the Sunblade Samurai did get brought to its end. 2 on top. 2 on tops. Union of the Third Path. I mean, it's a heck of a lot of life. Mere Kinsmith? What? Was not expecting this. The dotted line's only if Terror wins the next match. Okay, let me look at it again. Mirror Kinsmith coming in. Not. I guess not. That's interesting. Mirror card, reveal it. Infectious Inquiry. I mean, we're going to have we got a bit of a race going on here, right? Where's my Discord? Let me look at this. Let me look at this again. So, oh, I kind of see. Yeah, no, I kind of see what's going on here. I will say, I think because I said going into this tournament, whoever goes 2-0 will get the tickets for this tournament. I feel like I should stick with that. And if Medvedev does go 2-0, I think because one was a buy, I do think they should get the tickets because that's the way I originally set this up. But I do think in the future going forward, which I'm planning on doing another tournament, I would like to take into consideration something like that, Bull. For sure. For sure, for sure. As I'm sure you can tell. I know chat's covered up my big old ugly head, but Tinker's Toe, 48 life, man. And but it doesn't matter. Those poison counters are doing the poisony things. I do like Tinker's Toe. The more I see Tinker's Toe, I do like it. I must admit, it feels good that your life gain's irrelevant. I think you're doing an excellent job with commentary on the first UCW. Thank you, Lotus. I appreciate it. Oh, I should show you this. I'll show you this after the match. Piercing Light is going to take care of that belly rat, but unfortunately, that rat still got a little bit of a bite to it. Hitting him with putting him up to 8. Eight's pretty scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, eight's a pretty scary number to be at against this deck, especially when they still have 18 life and your board's empty. So I would not feel super duper comfortable if I was in Tub's spot here. Let me write down Medvedev's. Oh, I guess I have it over here. Pretty sure it's over for me at this point. We'll see, Tub. Do it. Just crack the courtyard. Oh, I was like, just crack I want to see the discover. They're going to end step, take care of the creature, put him at 9, and I feel like this is probably game over. Not a deck I built for. It would be a hard deck to build for. And that's going to close it out. Not a deck I can build for, to be honest. I don't think so, Tupper. I agree. I agree. How do you build for it? So yeah, I think that's our tournament. I will say that with it let me do this. Bloop. With the tournament being the way it was today, with it being 3 players, someone getting a bye, we got 2 rounds in. Someone did go 2-0 technically, and that is Dimitri, because they were able to get the bye round 1 and then get it in round 2, allowing them to go 2-0, putting Tup and Lucas at both 1-1. So I think that is where we're going to end this up for the tournament. I'm going to close out of my display so I can send Dimitri his prize. Thank you, first and foremost, thank you to the players who played today. I know this is a short tournament. This is my first try at doing something like this, I want to do it again. This was super fun. I had a really fun time commentating, had a really fun time watching. It was really, I gotta admit, it was really exciting to watch it without knowing the hands or anything and seeing how these decks were going to play out. It was a lot of fun. I want to send Dimitri their prize tickets, so let me do that real quick here. Add all to open binder, and then I want to do this real quick, and then I will. How do you open up a trade? I guess I've never reached out to like it. I've always just traded with what was Medvedev's name? It's just Medvedev, right? I gotta add him as a buddy first. I want to talk about this stuff, but I want to make sure the prize payout goes out first. You know what I mean? I hope Dimitri loses. So hold on, because they're saying beaten by the counter. Oof! Now I just gotta hope that Dimitri loses to the mono blue player. By the way, do you stream? I will say, even if I was against the counter, I put up a good fight nonetheless. So, hi Lucas, what's up, buddy? So, okay. Yeah, add medvedev to buddies. Thank you again. To be honest, I don't feel like I really deserve the prize. Just one. So, Med, if you're in here, I would just ask if you're in here. Lucas is in here. I want the players to decide. Let's do this. All right, let's let the players decide here, because I said if you go 2-0, you get the tickets. That's why we started in. Med, you're saying you don't feel like you deserve the prize for just one win. Tub is saying that they hope they lose to a mono blue player to kind of challenge it out. Lucas, you're in the chat. I want to ask, do we want to go another round where Dmitry Medvedev plays against Lucas? That way, everybody's had a bye, everybody's played everybody, and then we can let that shake out. We can let it shake out from there for the prize. So let me ask that. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and add Medvedev as a plan. I will play, but I do not feel to get 50 ticks for one win as well. I'm okay with playing another match. Why not? Okay, so all right. So that's what we'll do then. That's what we'll do. We will go into another match. If you want to throw up Lucas or Medvedev, it'd be against. Actually, let's see what Melee does. All right. So those 2 rounds are done. What happens if we start round 3? Does it automatically pair? Yeah, it pairs you. It pairs you 2 anyway. So we'll go into round 3, and we'll go from there. I'm sorry, this is not super duper well organized right now. I'm new to this. We're trying to figure it out. I want to do what's fair and what seems right to the players who are playing today. So They're up. If someone wants to get one of the cues up, it is Medvedev versus Lucas. This is going to be an interesting match. If I win, I will give up the win for next tourney you organize. Oh, I appreciate that, Lucas. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm putting up the 50 tickets for whoever's first place. I appreciate you guys, you all, for doing this, for playing the tournament. I really do. This has been really fun to organize. It's been really fun to watch. I'm not going to lie, it's been insanely fun to watch. It's been insanely fun to watch. So, yeah. I do want to do another tournament. Just as a heads up, I do want to do another tournament. It's probably going to be sometime in January before I could do the next one. But I do want to do another one. Just throwing that out there. So, we'll see what ends up happening here. If Lucas is able to nab the win here from Medvedev, then I think it really goes... I guess we'll just go with whatever. Melee has it set to 4 rounds. We'll just, if Lucas takes out Medvedev here, we'll just do that. Lucas is on a mull to 5. Medvedev is on a mull to 6. No land hand. Yeah, no land hand sucks. Oh, Lucas. Oh, no. Lucas is not like this. Not like this. Nobody wants to go out like this. Down to 3. Oh, that's gross.